Welcome to Kandyland, the sweetest place on earth, home of the most delicious candy and thrilling rides in the world. But what is this game? It was just recently announced, but has yet to have a release date. Although at this point with most games, we can assume it won't be releasing until at least next year. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it was 2 years away, but whatever. Now, it is being developed by Kandyland Studios. This team is known for their horror shorts on YouTube, their most popular being the Five Nights at Freddy's series. I do recommend checking them out as they are actually very good videos. So they've decided to try at making a game. The first video they released about Kandyland is called First Corruption. In this video, it shows us how these animatronics first became, well, corrupted, hence the title. But let's take a look at what we have so far from the game's announcements trailer because this game does look very promising. So what is Kandyland? On the Steam store page, we can see it reads, as a lone park guest, you return to Kandyland to relive your cherished childhood memories, but instead finding yourself trapped in a chilling game of survival. You must outwit the beloved characters that once brought you joy in order to escape the park. They will do everything they can to ensure that you never want to leave. So clearly we are returning to this amusement park that we once loved. And of course, something went down that turned this place of fun into a place of evil. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, but it's a strategy that works, so whatever. Now, it's very similar to games like Five Nights at Freddy's and Poppy Playtime, although I have a feeling that this game might be a lot more intense, at least hopefully. So in this game, we are thrown into a colorful yet very eerie carnival setting that is littered with withered candy canes and forgotten lollipops. In the opening scene, we see Susie Snack Time. Now, I will be doing a video talking about who and what she is, as well as the other characters, but for now, she is clearly an animatronic, and I believe she is going to be friendly, someone that helps us throughout the game rather than attack us. So as she sort of comes to life and starts to stand up, we hear a voice. Whose voice is this? Most likely, this is the creator of the amusement park, the person that designed all of the animatronics and whatnot. The first thing he says is, when I created this place, I was inspired by one thing, joy. And as we hear him say joy, we see two glowing red eyes appear from the shadows inside of a door. These red eyes are very likely from the main antagonist, our evil villain. We then see a door with the Kandyland sign above it. And as you can see, this place is in a state of ruin. There is overgrown weeds and the colorful pillars are starting to decay and fall apart. You'll notice the whole amusement park is in this state of decay, as it's been sitting here abandoned for a very long time. Now, in a frantic tone, the voice then says, this was not supposed to happen. None of this. Meaning something terrible happened here at Kandyland. As of right now, we can only assume the amusement park animatronics turn evil and started attacking the guests. But I'll get into that in a moment. The glowing red eyes then hand out a lollipop from the dark doorway, almost as if it is trying to lure us inside. Although I was told never to take free candy from a stranger, but that does seem very tempting. As I was saying, we then hear the voice say, but they wouldn't do as they were told, meaning the animatronics took on a mind of their own and did not listen to the staff. We then see a very large shadow figure standing behind moving storage crates. From this scene, I can't really make out what the figure is. It's wearing what looks to be a jester hat, so it's most likely some kind of giant clown. In the next scene, we are in a hallway, and when the doors in front of us close on their own, we turn around to then see what I think is that same figure I just mentioned, and we see it walking across the hall. This figure is very tall and has massive clown shoes on, so clearly it is a very tall clown animatronic. This clown is probably the same animatronic that has the red eyes at the beginning of the trailer. In other words, our main antagonist. So at this point, we see an eerie red merry-go-round. As the voice says, it was supposed to be a magical place where nothing could ever go wrong. We then cut back to the scene of the two red eyes in the shadows. An arm reaches out and grabs us. We then finally get to see what this figure that's been hiding in the shadows actually looks like. It drops down from the ceiling and turns around, glaring at us with those glowing red eyes and big evil smile. Then the trailer ends with the voice saying, but as my brother once said, anything can be fixed with a little smile. So this creator has a brother. Maybe they were business partners at the amusement park. But clearly this giant animatronic clown is going to be the main antagonist, and he looks terrifying. Okay, so what happened here? Well, from this announcement trailer, there isn't much to go on. Although we get the understanding that something bad happened to the animatronics that turned them evil. As mentioned before, from the horror short called First Corruption, it looks like the software used for the animatronics ended up getting, of course, corrupted. The software update failed, which then caused them to go rogue. That's interesting. If the update wasn't successful, instead of just staying as they were, they actually changed. That's not really how a failed update works. As we can see, Candy Kangaroo is updating. Someone wearing a mask then comes into the room with a laptop. As the animatronic software is updating, he then plugs his laptop into the computer and starts editing the software's code. We then see Candy Kangaroo start to shake and sort of malfunction. The man unplugs his laptop and runs out of the room. The computer screen then says, firmware update failed, critical code corruption. So clearly this person altered the update's code, causing it to corrupt. But by doing this, he must have changed the code in some way, which then caused the update to fail, and actually changed the software in the animatronics. But who would do this? Maybe the voice's brother, as there could have been some sort of disagreement, or an angry employee, or maybe there is a bigger picture going on that we just don't know about yet. But regardless, this failed update would cause them to act out and not listen to the staff. Hence, when the voice said they wouldn't do as they were told. So we can assume these animatronics started attacking and or killing the park guests. And because of this, of course, the amusement park had to shut down. But the still active animatronics were left here to roam this lifeless establishment for many years. And that's where we come in, to unravel this horror mystery and find out what really happened here. So I'm excited for it. An abandoned amusement park horror game is something we haven't really seen besides small indie games. So I really hope the lore here dives deep and we get a full-length story. Now, it's important to mention that unfortunately, this game has relations to an NFT project. I'm really hoping they stop the NFTs altogether and just focus on the game, because I truly believe that this has the potential to be massive. Considering how good this studio is at creating shorts, I'm sure this can transfer over to being a great game. But if you continue to market it around NFTs, this game will go nowhere. No one wants to buy them, especially NFTs for a video game. I mean, look at what happened to Poppy Playtime when they tried this. It almost cost them to lose their fan base. Please, Golden Lane Studios, if you're watching this, stop the NFTs and focus on the game and its lore. You have something special here. Do not mess it up. With all that being said, what do you guys think of Kandyland? Are you excited for it? Do you think it has the potential to be another staple in animatronic horror? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like horror game content like this, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.